Good morning. My name is Steve Kissel. I'm with ImageTag. And today I want to show you the latest release of QuikTag called T3. Now you may have our 3X version or our 4X version of QuikTag, but the latest release is the 5X version, or what we call T3. Now there is a totally new look in T3 as the user interface has changed, as well as the platform technology behind it. So let me list some of the new changes and features in T3 that are on your screen. So if you have a 3X version of QuikTag, we now offer QuikTag in an appliance model. And so the difference is, before we used to offer software to be installed on your hardware. But now QuikTag comes in two flavors, either an appliance model or a virtual thumb drive. So if you have a virtual environment using Hyper-V or VMware, you can have a QuikTag virtual appliance model. Or if you do not, then we offer an appliance model which actually comes on a 1U rack mount server and is installed there on your premise. And it totally encompasses everything. It has SQL, it has the operating software, it has everything you need to run QuikTag. And it's an appliance model. So now one other thing too is that if you're in a 4X version of QuikTag, you are already on an appliance model. So it pretty much stays the same. Now, one thing about QuikTag is that it's all web-based now. So, and that includes Office Docs. Office Docs is that feature that allows you to put electronic documents into QuikTag. We've been wanting to make QuikTag all web-based so that the IT department does not have to install anything out at the clients or the desktops. So it's all web-based, it doesn't need to. And that's what we've been trying to get at for many years. We have a new interface, and it's by the Silverlight technology from Microsoft. And you're probably already familiar with that, and you may already be using Silverlight today. Now what that does, it allows so much more for the user to experience, such as being able to customize their view of QuikTag. It also allows quicker search functionality. And in QuikTag, before, we could only export to a QuikTag data sheet spreadsheet, but now you can export to an Excel spreadsheet so that you can do all your quick tabulations down at the bottom like you normally do with Excel. We also now drag and drop electronic documents into QuikTag. So there's no more right-click, have a send to, etc. It's just drag and drop right into QuikTag. And what our customers have mentioned to us many times is that they would like to automate a lot of their processes, which begin with documents. And so therefore we have built workflow in QuikTag, and so I'm going to review some of that today. We also have what's called case management, which a lot of CFOs have asked about, and so I'm going to show that to you as well. A lot of my customers have been asking for documents that we can scan in at the scan device in color, and will it show up in QuikTag in color? As you know, before we could only scan in black and white TIFF images into QuikTag. Now we don't care. It can be color, it could be black and white, it could be TIFF, it could be PDF, it doesn't matter. QuikTag will still accept the scanned image and be able to read the image. Now the back end of QuikTag is basically a new paper gateway, which we call a data gateway these days. It was built on the new .NET technology for some of the IT staff that may be listening to this. It basically helps integrating third-party applications. It's very easy to do so. And the paper gateway is also very configurable. It's called a data gateway, which means that you can configure that data gateway to work heavily in one department that may be using QuikTag a lot, and then not so heavily in another department that's not using QuikTag as much. And so it allows you to configure that data gateway. And then one thing about the appliance model, and part of the reason we went to the appliance model was that we want the customers to be able to update themselves and not have to have ImageTag do that all the time. Auto updates is a feature now on your T3 system, which we then allow patches to be sent down to your server, and you can actually apply those patches and update your own software at your leisure if that's something that you want to do. Okay? So let's get straight into QuikTag, and I'm going to show you a whole new look. So this may be different to a lot of you. As a matter of fact, if you're using 3x or 4x, this is totally different. So this is the new Silverlight technology that you see here on your screen. But everything stays the same. QuikTag is still as intuitive, and it's just the same way that you've used 3x and 4x versions before. Here are a list of all your documents. You can see them. This happens to be a human resources drawer. And so here are all the different documents you see in a human resources drawer. And again, we can capture physical and any kind of electronic document that you have. I've even seen customers collect videos. Although it's not designed for videos, they can put any kind of electronic document into QuikTag. Now you see off to the left, we have the folders that are your favorite folders. If you go to all the document types, it'll list all the document folders that you have rights to see. Okay? And then to make one a favorite, you simply right-click and add to favorites. And it's that simple. And then when you go into your favorites, you'll see all the favorite drawers that you constantly work in and out of daily. So for our demo today, as you know, I'm always using the Human Resources drawer. Okay? So let me show you how to put a document in. Everything is at your right click. And so if I want to put a document in, I simply right-click Tag. Now here's a lot of the other functions that you're familiar with today. Editing documents, indexing documents, it's more of a description that would take time to tell here. But you can actually open the documents now by double-clicking, or you can open them here or in another window. You can actually search for documents and drill down here. You can move and copy now. For some of those in 4X versions of QuikTag, we actually took the move and the copy function away from QuikTag, but we put them back in T3 because customers were constantly using them. Here's a new feature, document associations. So documents that are associated with each other in another drawer can be pulled up in the same view. That is really nice, and I'm going to show that to you shortly. And then you can email documents, and another feature that people have been asking for is that you can multi-select documents and email them all out. We can also customize our view. We can customize the columns. If there's particular columns you don't want to see, you don't have to have them there. So there's all kinds of things that you can do. And here, again, here's a workflow history. So we can actually search on any document and determine where it is in the workflow history. And these are wonderful new features of QuikTag. But let me show you the process of tagging a document. So we start by clicking Tag, and again, here's your window. Now the barcode window doesn't appear for those 3X users out there. The barcode window doesn't pop up anymore if the barcode number is right here. So you simply fill in your information that you're used to and tab key down to the next. Document type, we have the type ahead feature, okay? Okay, so or you can actually just choose your document, and then you can simply go down to the date and pick it that way, down arrow and enter if you want to do it that way. Now once I'm through, I click submit. Here is the next reservation, just like you know and love every day. So it now has to be scanned in, so all you have to do is put the barcode label on it and scan it in. Now, for those of you that are using Office Docs, to put in electronic documents, you can see this Word document here. There's emails, there's even JPEGs. It doesn't matter. The way we put electronic documents into QuikTag these days is by a tab that we have called Upload. So when I click Upload, basically QuikTag asks me which drawer do you want to place this document into. So you choose your drawer, and then it says, okay, drag and drop it right here, which I can do, or I can go out and find it. So if it's on my desktop or you name it, I can just go grab that document and then drag it right in, or I can even just double-click it. Just double-click on the document, and there it is. Okay? Then you can fill in your information, which you normally did before. Okay? And I'm not going to fill out the rest. I click Submit. Now this document is tagged with the new barcode. It's a system-generated barcode. It starts with KT, and that's how you can tell which ones are electronic and which ones are physical documents. So now I'm going to go back to my Documents drawer, go back into the Human Resources drawer, and there is the document that I just put in. That was fast. And so QuikTag works very easily now with putting electronic documents in. And we made it that way so that it could all be web-based still, and no installations need to be done out at the desktops. Okay, now quickly, I want to show you another tab here called Workflow, Work Queue. And when you click on Work Queue, basically it's a drawer setting, and I'm going to click on this login right there. This Work Queue has a list of documents that have been pre-scanned in. So in other words, let's say as an example, a vendor sends an invoice to your organization, or a vendor sends a contract, or what have you. You can simply choose that workflow right here and then tag the document and scan it in, or you can electronically send it in. Now this is the workflow beginning. So wherever it starts, they fill out these fields that you want to start your workflow with, and then when they click Submit, this document now leaves this work queue and it heads on over to wherever you need it to go. In this case, this invoice is going to go over to an approver so that they can approve the document. So if I'm the approver, I will get a notice in email that I have a document waiting for me to approve. And so when I log into KwikTag, or I can even approve it from my email. But if I log into KwikTag, I log in and here's the document. Here's the image that was just sent to me by accounting. And so I have choices. Here's all the information about this document. Here's the document, and I can either approve it, reject it, or delegate it. Now once I approve it, where do you want it to go? Wherever you need it to go in your workflow processes. So that's the simple method of workflow. But workflow is different no matter where you go and no matter which organization you work with. And so we have made our workflow highly configurable so that we can build this workflow to suit your processes. Now there's one more feature I want to point out before I leave, and that's called cases. And so I'm going to log in and show you an example of cases where a CFO actually logs in and they actually want to go to their case file, and let's say that they're looking for a particular check. Now they can be, anyone can be logging in and that has case management, and they can be looking for contracts, jobs postings for HR, applicant tracking for HR, and the one I'm looking at today is checks from a CFO. What I mean by case management is that KwikTag documents actually can begin and start a case. So in other words, an invoice, like when a purchase order comes in, it starts the process of ordering the product, and when the product comes in, an invoice comes in, and then it has to go up the ranks for approval, and then the check is cut to pay that invoice. Well, all those documents that are associated with each other are seen right here in case management. So if I wanted to open up the check and view it here, I can do so, and this check is paying 3 invoices, and I can actually see those 3 invoices up on the screen. And if I click one, I can actually see that invoice and see the other invoice as well. And all these invoices are part of a case, which is basically this check paying those invoices, or a contract. So that is case management in KwikTag. And if you want to learn more about that, by all means, call document managers or call me, and we can definitely send or show you a live demo regarding case management. Now there's one more feature that's related to case management that I wanted to show you, and that's called document associations. Now you saw when I right-click, you can actually see document associations. Let me go to a particular document, like checks. Okay. And so here's a list of all the checks that have been written and are stored in KwikTag. Now, if anyone wants to see any documents related to that check, they can simply right-click, and remember this, associations. I can show associations, and what you see now are all the documents that are associated with that check. In other words, the contract that that invoice was ordered from, any purchase orders that were sent regarding that order, and here are the 3 invoices that came in on that order. So all these documents are all interrelated with the check that went out to pay those invoices. And so that's the feature called document associations. So there's a lot of new features in KwikTag T3, and by all means, call your local partner, document managers, and or you can call me, and we can actually set up a live demo so that you can see the new features in the KwikTag T3 and see if they will meet your needs out at your organization. Thank you very much for your time today, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.